Hi there, my name's Anne, I'm from Ditsy Pips, and today I'm going to show you how to make a foundation chain if you crochet left-handed. So if you crochet left-handed, you're going to have your crochet hook in your left hand and your yarn in your right hand. And the very first thing that we need to do is fasten the yarn onto the crochet hook. There's a couple of different ways of doing it. If you have never done any crochet before, you might find it easiest to tie your yarn onto your hook with a double knot. So you just lie the hook on the yarn, take the tails, come round and tie it in a double knot. So there's one, just a knot like you were tying a shoelace, and then you come round and there's the second one. And that gives you a loop on your hook here, just here, and this loop's not going to change size. The other way that you can start off is with a slip knot. And a slip knot is what a lot of people will use when they're comfortable crocheting and they're a little bit more confident. A slip knot will give you a slightly smaller knot right at the beginning of your crochet. So, to make a slip knot, we have the tail end of yarn off to the right hand side, the ball end of yarn off to the left. Fold them over like that, and then that gives you a crossed loop. Pinch that crossed loop with your right hand, and with the ball end of yarn and your left hand, you just poke that ball end of yarn up the middle through the loop. So there's your loop, take the ball end, poke it up through, grab that length of yarn, give it a pull, and there's your slip knot, like that. Now we're going to put the crochet hook in there and just pull that tight, and then your crochet hook goes in your left hand and your yarn in your right hand. It doesn't really matter how you hold your crochet hook. So I have a tendency to hold mine like this. Some people hold it more like this. It doesn't really matter. So long as you're comfortable holding it, that's absolutely fine. There's lots and lots of different ways of holding your yarn. The conventional way of doing it is to go over your little finger, under your fourth finger, and over the top of the next two. Then you rotate your hand round, and we have the loose tail end just here. We're going to pinch that tail with your middle finger and your thumb right underneath the knot, right there. Your index finger gets pointed up a little bit towards the ceiling, and that gives you a length of yarn to work around here. Now, if you find that this particular hold isn't very comfortable, there are lots of alternatives, so it's worth just having a play around and seeing what does feel more comfortable to your hand. So we're going to start off by making a chain. And a chain works a little bit like casting on in knitting, in that it gives you your foundation that you then put a lot of the rest of the stitches into. It also is a movement that is very fundamental to a lot of the other stitches that you'll learn in crochet. So it's well worth doing lots of chains to start off with to get your hands used to the movements. We need to start off with a yarn over, and to do that we're going to bring the crochet hook round, bring it towards yourself, underneath the yarn, and stretch round the back of the yarn and grab it from the top. And then all we're going to do is just slide this through the loop that's on the hook here. So you just use your left hand to pull the hook backwards until it's gone through the loop, just there like that. And there we have a chain. Let's make another one. So we do a yarn over by coming round towards yourself, underneath the yarn, grab the yarn from behind, over the top like that, and slide that back through the loop that's on your hook, like that. And again, we come round towards yourself, underneath, grab the yarn over the top, and slide it back through the loop that's on your hook. Round towards yourself, underneath the yarn, stretch up from the back and grab it, and slide it back through the loop on your hook. Now, in order to keep reasonably tidy chains and to keep your tension as tidy as possible, and also to make it easier to pull through the stitch, it's really helpful to move your pinch up every couple of chains that you make. So we make a chain, come round, pull it back through, and you can either move your pinch up every chain or every couple of chains. I'm actually right-handed, and when I crochet right-handed, I move my pinch up every couple of chains. When I crochet left-handed, I have to move my pinch up every chain because it just means I have that a little bit more control. So it doesn't really matter, but one or the other is fine. If you're having a little bit of trouble pulling through the loop on your hook, it might be that you're pulling your yarn here a little bit too tight. Happens a lot when people are concentrating when they're first learning. And all you have to do to fix that is just give the hook a little bit of a wiggle and it will loosen off the loop. Do that before you do the yarn over, because if you do the yarn over first and then try to wiggle it, it doesn't move very much. So give it a wiggle upwards, then do the yarn over, slide and pull back through the loop on your hook, like that. If you're finding it's really loose, it might be that you're pulling your hook more than you need to. So if you come round and underneath and grab it and then pull it all the way through, but you keep pulling your hook up like that, you'll end up with really loose chains. If that happens, all you have to do is just pull it a little bit tighter again with this here, tighten it up in your hands and keep going. So round underneath, grab it and pull back through. The other thing that can happen sometimes is that you find it gets caught up when you're trying to do the pull through here. If that happens, it might be because of the position of your crochet hook. So if it's like this, let's make sure it's in focus. You can see the neck of your hook. The neck of your hook is the thinner part just here. If you can see the neck of your hook, that's a really good angle for doing your pull through, like that. If you rotate your hook so that you're looking at the face of it, or you've got it rotated the other way so that you're looking at the back of your hook, then it's much more likely to get caught and it's harder to pull through. Let me show you what I mean. If you come round underneath, grab it, but then if while you're trying to hold on to it, you rotate your hook too far, when you come to pull through, nothing happens. Similarly, if you come round and you don't rotate quite far enough and you're looking at that front face of your hook, when you go to pull through, you can't get through the loop. So you need to be able to see the neck of your hook like that and then pull through. And that gives you your run of chain stitches. Now a chain looks like a series of interlocking V's. So you have a V here, one here, 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 and so on all the way down. If you needed to count your chain stitches, you could count each of these V's. So there's the top one, just there. The loop that's on your hook never counts as a stitch. So there's your top one there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. You can also turn it sideways and count the top bumps. So there's the first bump just here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 chains we've got on here. And as I said before, the best thing to do to start off with when you're first learning is to make lots of chains, lots and lots and lots of them, because it will help get your hands used to holding everything and it will build up some muscle memory. If you would like to move on to the next stitch, then please have a look at my how to make a double crochet stitch video. Thank you for watching. Bye.